Hi guys, I hope you all are doing well and staying safe. This is Radhika here again, and this video is going to be about how people who have NPD process energy. I'm kind of going to explain the energy structure of people who have NPD and how they kind of process energy or create their own energy. So it kind of goes into spirituality a little bit, and even though a lot of people don't consider this as science, but energy is really like meta science, or it cannot be denied, but I don't think it has been studied so much. So as you know, in the seven chakra system, the lowest chakra is like the lower chakras are related more to a human being's animalistic nature. So the first one and the second one are very much in the reptilian kind of nature, how reptiles behave. The third one, which is solar plexus, is more like a mammalian. So it's how mammals behave, like all the animals you see, like different sorts of animals like elephants, lions, etc., and even human beings would fall in that category. And then after the solar plexus, uh, as you move up in the chakra system, you get to the heart chakra, the Vishuddha chakra, and the Ajna chakra, and then the crown chakra. So basically, with people who have NPD, they are the energy that they create in their body, in their system, in their being is very much restricted to the first three chakras. They are unable to come above it, so they very much lack the ability to create the emotions which a person will feel when they are in the heart chakra, or when they are in the Vishuddha chakra, or when they are in the Ajna chakra, or when they are in the crown chakra. So what happens is, uh, they at some level they actually have an inability to create or generate certain emotions. So if you see, if for example an NPD person who is constantly insecure, or who is constantly trying to get themselves to a sense of safety, and are unable to, they are constantly in this fight or flight or a survivalistic nature. They just cannot understand that we all can exist together. It's always this fight instinct in them which gets activated. It's mostly because their energies are not reaching the heart center, and only when the heart center is clear and purified and healed to a greater degree can you really rest in your body. Can you really feel that there is abundance and there is no need to fight anyone, and there is a feeling of oneness. Because when you really have a feeling of oneness, there's no need to fight anymore, because you understand the interconnectedness of everything. But to a person who has NPD, it's not like they don't want to do it, it's almost like they cannot do it. And so, what they do is, with this extreme inability to process emotions correctly, they have this increasing feeling of discontent which grows inside of them. And so, what they do is they look at their surroundings and they see people who are genuinely happy, who are genuinely at peace with life, who genuinely feel abundance, who genuinely feel love, who genuinely feel a sense of connection. What happens is it again triggers in them a lot of emotions, and unfortunately those emotions are again emotions that are generated by their lower energy centers, by their lower emotion centers. So again they get into the feelings of envy and jealousy and insecurity and inferiority, like why can I not do it? How come they can do it? So what happens is, the way they learn to regulate their own energy, because as a human being, to feel a little bit of happiness, to feel a little bit of love, to feel a little bit of stability, they do need some parts of their higher energy centers to be regulated. And the way they do that is by stealing other person's emotions. So if there's an empath, or I mean, all these are just labels, but say if there's a person who's happy, who's just genuinely happy, who's just genuinely enjoying living this life, without, maybe they have done their healing, or maybe they don't have the blocks that the NPD person has, so they are genuinely enjoying life. So the way an NPD person can actually feel those emotions is by taking those emotions away from a person who's genuinely happy. And how they do that is through energy stealing. So they will say something bad to you, or they will make a comment and then look at your reaction. So it's very intentional, this energy stealing. It's with an intention to hurt someone, in order to make them feel hurt. And in making them feel hurt, the NPD person somehow is able to take away those feelings of happiness from a person. And as you know, energy cannot be created nor destroyed, it only changes form and is exchanged. So what happens is, the sadness goes to you by whatever comment they make, and the happiness that you had goes to them. So in this twisted sense, by dominating someone, they achieve some sort of happiness, and to a normal person this may seem very sadistic, or very uh, yeah, it might seem very sadistic, but to the person who has NPD, this is the only way they know how to do it, because they actually have an inability to let their energies flow to the heart center. And if it's, the inability is actually more like a difficulty. So if they go through extreme therapy, and if they actually put their mind to it, they can help themselves. A lot of them, maybe not all, but a lot of them can. So that is how they do it, and this, we can see this in the environment as well. So if you look at cold blooded animals, they cannot actually regulate their own body temperature. So they need to be in the environment where they can regulate their body temperature. So a lot of, like, even in the language, we always hear this, it was a cold blooded murder. So it's a murder without any emotion, or any, like, what we call a humanness about it. So that's because the energy is not flowing to those centers. So the emotions which are related to that center cannot be generated in the human being. So a human being might always be, who is NPD, might always be in the emotions of jealousy, insecurity, extreme instability, extreme unsafety. They don't feel safe, even though they might have what you say is safety. Like, they might have a house, they might have a family, they might have a job, but inside them there is this extreme feeling of not being safe. And that is because their energy body is stunted. They have some certain blocks in their body which they need to remove. So yeah, so this was this video. So I hope this kind of explains, or gives a little more detail on an energetic level, of what happens with a narcissistic person or an NPD person. And often you will always also find these people to be very inauthentic, so they don't exactly know what they stand for. They will change their opinions like based on the situation they are in. So that shows that their energies are not flowing to the Vishuddha chakra, because some any person whose energies are flowing to the Vishuddha chakra knows who they are. It's a chakra where you have found your voice, or you have found your truth. And then Ajna chakra is for intuition, and crown chakra is pretty much for enlightenment, when you feel a oneness with everyone and when you are beyond your ego to a great extent. So yeah, so that was this video. I hope this helps you in some way. And as always, thank you so much for your support. And I hope you all stay safe at home, and wish you all a lot of love and a lot of light. Thank you. Bye.